What is up everyone, welcome back for another video of Diablo 3, and in this video I will be sharing another witch doctor speed farming build that you can use on Torment 13. I have uploaded a speed farming build that could do Torment 10 and it also was really fast, but with this build you will get slightly more dead breaths and you will find better legendary stuff, so let's get started. So for this build you need all the 5 pieces of the Helltooth set, and because we are using the Ring of Royal Grandeur you will get 1 extra piece bonus for your sets. So let's put all the Helltooth pieces on. So the 6 piece bonus will give us 1400% more damage to our pets and piranhas after casting Wall of Death. So when we cast Wall of Death we will get 1400% more damage. And the second piece bonus will cast Necrosis on everything that gets hit by our zombie dogs, gargantuans or piranhas. And they take 1500% weapon damage per second. And our fourth piece bonus, after applying Necrosis, you take 60% damage reduction for 10 seconds. So that will help us survive. For our headgear we are using Mask of Yaram. We need this item in this build because it will increase the damage of the pets by percent damage. So the higher the damage, the more damage your pets will do. It's kinda obvious. For our necklace we are using Traveler's Pledge, and we also need the Compass Rose, otherwise it doesn't work. This will increase our damage while standing still and it will reduce damage while we are moving, and we are always doing one of those two, so this is what we need. For the braces we want to use Nemesis. This will help us to find those yellows and blue monsters faster, because when we find a pylon, that pylon will spawn a yellow or blue monster. For the belt we want to use the Witching Hour, since this can roll some damage states. For the ring you want to use the Short Man's Finger, because this will give you 3 gargantuans instead of 1, and every single gargantuan is stronger than the big giant gargantuan. So this ring will help us to apply as much damage as possible because we are focusing on the gargantuan. For the weapons you want to use Manuma's Carving Knife and Manuma's Gory Fetch. This will help us to move faster through the map, because your Hex Angry Chicken lasts 50 seconds and movement speed as a chicken is increased by an additional 100%. So we can search the whole map very fast, and we can also search for those yellows and blue monsters very fast, and it also gives us some damage to our chickens. For the gems it is pretty simple. You want to use a purple gem in your headgear, so you get more lives. You want to use yellow gems in your armor and pants. And you want to use a green gem, so you will get more critical hit damage. For your legendary gems you want Enforcer. This will give your pets more damage, and your pets also take 90% less damage. You can use Bane of the Stricken or Bane of the Powerful. I would use Bane of the Stricken if you want to do some fast speed gem leveling. If you are using Bane of the Powerful, then you can just do some speed rifts. And as last, Bane of the Trapped. This will give more damage to enemies that are controlled by impairing effects and gain an hour that reduces the movement speed, so it activates itself. For the Knight's Cube you want to use the Furnace, increase damage against elites by 50%. While we are focusing and searching for those elite monsters we need this Furnace. Tasker and Theo, increase attack speed of your pets by 50%. And as last, the Ring of Royal Grandeur. This will give us 1 extra set piece bonus. So for the skills we want to use Wall of Death, Communing with Spirits. Summon a circle of spirits for 6 seconds that deal 1200% weapon damage as cold, chills nearby enemies by 60% and reduce their damage dealt by 25% for 3 seconds. And because we have the 6-piece bonus, Wall of Death will give our pets 1400% more damage. For our next skill we are using Piranhas. This is for grouping the monsters, but because of our second piece bonus of the Helltooth set, the monsters will take 1500% weapon damage per second, and we will get damage reduction by 60% for 10 seconds, because they are affected by necrosis. And the skill itself will give us 200% weapon damage as potion over 4 seconds, and affected enemies will also take 15% increased damage. Gargantuan Humanoid. So this is our damage dealer, and this is taking out everything. The more Gargantuan damage we have, the more damage this one will do. And since we are using the short man's finger, we don't have one big Gargantuan right now, but we have 3 Gargantuans, and every single Gargantuan is stronger than the first one. So our next skill is Spirit Walk. Yount. Leave your physical body and enter the spirit realm for 3 seconds. While in the spirit realm, your movement is unhindered. So this is keeping us alive. This will help us get out of trouble, or you can put yourself into trouble. It depends on how you use it. Our next skill is Hex Angry Chicken. So we can now transform ourselves into a chicken, and this will give us 100% additional movement speed, so we can search the map very fast to find those yellow and blue monsters or pylons. So for our passive skills, you want Pierce the Veil. All of your damage is increased by 20%, but your mana costs are increased by 30%. With this build you don't have any mana problems, so you can use Pierce the Veil. Our next passive skill is Confidence Ritual. You deal 25% additional damage to enemies within 20 yards. This is helping us to do more damage. The next passive skill will be Midnight Feast. The damage of your zombie dogs and Gargantuan is increased by 50%. And for our last passive, you can choose for something else than Grave Injustice. You can also go for Jungle Fortitude. This will reduce all damage taken by you and your pets. If you have problems with surviving, then I would suggest Jungle Fortitude. But it depends on what you need. For our Paragon levels, you want 25% movement speed. But with the chicken form, I don't think you need any movement speed. So you can also put everything into intelligence. For your offense, you want attack speed, critical hit chance, critical hit damage and cooldown reduction. For your defense, you want resist all, life, armor, life regeneration. And as last, for your utility, you want area damage, life per hit, resource cost reduction and gold find. For the rolls that you want on your gear, for your shoulders, intelligence, vitality, gargantuan and area damage. For your helmet, intelligence, vitality, critical chance. For your necklace, you want cold damage, critical chance, critical damage. For your gloves, you want critical damage, area damage and attack speed. For your chest, you want gargantuan damage, intelligence, vitality. Or you can swap vitality for all resist. For your braces, cold damage, intelligence, vitality, critical chance. For your belt, intelligence, vitality, attack speed, critical chance. For your compass rose, intelligence, vitality, critical chance and attack speed. For your ring, other ring, you want intelligence, critical chance, critical damage or area damage instead of critical damage. Or you can also swap intelligence for critical chance, critical damage and area damage. It is also possible. For your pants, all resist, intelligence, vitality and armor. For both of your weapons, you want to try to get a socket, but you can also have only a socket on your weapon. So intelligence, vitality, critical chance or area damage or life per hit if you don't have that anywhere else. For your mojo, intelligence, vitality, gargantuan, critical chance, and a socket if possible. For your boots you want intelligence, vitality, all resist and armor. So, well, let's see how this build works. You want to summon your beast, you go in hex form, and you are going to search for that monster. So as you can see, it dies pretty fast. I'm also dying pretty fast. So there we go. Oh, nice. Oops. So there he goes. He's getting smoked. So those monsters don't have a chance. There we go. Well, I died. So, well, this was my video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and then we'll see you guys later. Aight?